In the third test of the 1989 series at Port of Spain, Arshad Ayub delivered a disciplined bowling performance against a powerful West Indies side. The off-spinner toiled hard, bowling a marathon spell of 52 overs, including 11 maidens, and claimed 5 wickets for 117 runs in the first inning. Although India eventually lost the match by a half-a-time margin of 217 runs, Arshad Ayub's fighting spirit and control on a tough pitch did not go unnoticed. His 5-wicket haul was a silver lining in an otherwise difficult outing for the Indian team. Cricket fans appreciated Arshad Ayub's efforts, especially against a West Indies batting lineup stacked with legends. Let's revisit that impressive spell from Arshad Ayub, a moment pride in Indian spin bowling.
What did Haynes that time? First look at spin.
Arshad Ayub is the off-spinner and Richie Richardson the batsman. Well, that turned a mile. Well, we've had an hour and 20 minutes of fast bowling and now turned to spin, and who would have thought the ball would have spun quite so much on the first day of a test match.
Now this will really interest Ayub and Hirwani, the leg spinner, who we haven't seen yet. Anything that turns like that on the first, very solid.
50 comes up, 51 off 98 balls, so a good tempo. Still the close fielders, 4 of them around Richardson. Oops. Well, I think he had it under control, but very often you see the ball lodge in a pad or run down and trickle towards the stumps.
Although he's the frontline off-spinner, I'm surprised he's not bowling round the wicket with the ball turning that much. You'll never get him LBW from there.
Richie Richardson faces Ayub. It's in the air, that one, and Hirwani's under it and he's out. Well, it wasn't a good shot really, but Hirwani well positioned at deep backward square leg, and he's caught the ball.
Most of his morning on the deck. There he is again in the helmet.
They all appeal, they're all very certain about that. I must say the Indians are rather petulant about their appealing, chasing after umpires.
That's a terribly difficult one for the umpire, in all fairness, to decide whether that did hit the edge of the bat as well as the pad.
Might just have flicked his shirt. Ayub to Atherton. A diving catch by Kapil Dev at second slip, and is he out? You can never tell from the reactions of the Indians, who think that everything's out. Very difficult job umpiring.
Watch how late Kapil goes. The ball's almost 3/4 of the way to him before he moves, and he makes in the end a very good catch. Off the pad, though. The fact that the wicket's turning a lot.
Oh, but he's gone. But Richards has, you can't believe it, he's standing there. Well, one bail gone. He tried to cut a ball that was terribly close to the off stump. Got very cramped in there. And you can just hear the sensation around the ground. And congratulations to Ayub.
One thing you never do to an off-spinner on a turning wicket is try and cut him, and that's exactly what Bev Richards, despite his 100-odd test matches, has done. Paid a penalty, he's out for 19, another low score by the West Indian captain.
Around the roller. It's up in the air, and that looks out, and Atherton's gone. A very nasty ball, and Atherton halfway forwards. I wonder what that hit. Maybe the shoulder of the bat.
Flew fast and high. He caught it one-handed. That's an interesting statistic of Jeff Dujon, who's principally in as a batsman. 139 is his highest test score. Averaging 37, that puts him in the top rank as a player.
Jeffrey Dujon, lovely stylist, super wicketkeeper. Fine batsman. Very graceful shot indeed. Just one run to be spin again to Jeffrey Dujon. First over of the day. It's swept, but it's high. And young Rahman's moving under that, and that's quite a straightforward catch for him. Good pair of hands. And Jeffrey Dujon takes remarkable liberty and gets out first over of the day.
That was a very rash shot for so early in an innings, and the pitch of the ball was so short, it wasn't far up enough to sweep. That's why it went so high in the air. Got a top edge on that, and a very neat catch by Rahman. He looks like a useful fielder in the making. Now here's a familiar.
Oh, and he's out. He stumped. Very next ball, and Marshall can't believe it. Went through his legs, in fact. That's why he can't believe it. Waits for the umpire, and the umpire says you're out. Very neat bit of stumping, because Marshall's body obscured the ball from Kieran Moray.
Indeed, this is the hardest ball of them all for a wicketkeeper to take, because he's completely blinded by the batsman's body. Moray stayed very still. Must be pretty close to the off stump as well. And Marshall is out. Stumped Moray ball Ayub for 18. Pretty bright innings. He's nearly saw off one fielders, 269 for 7, and a 6 or 2 in that.
Ayub. The bail was, well, he dropped the bail at short square leg, but it was no stumping, the foot in the crease.
And that must have been pretty close to bowling him. The off stump had turned, and Moray, well, went for the stumping, but...
Bowling analysis, well, success for Kapil Dev, 2 for 45, but the main strike bowler, Arshad Ayub, 5 for 117, just over 2 and over, not bad at all, but Tirwani, 2 for 59, and Shastri, 1 for 57, all adding up, I think, rather expensively.
Arshad Ayub played Test cricket for a little over 2 years. Although his career was short, he went through many highs and lows that most cricketer faces over a longer time. He was a right-arm off-spin bowler who focused more on bowling accurately than spinning the ball a lot. He was also a helpful lower-order batsman. Arshad Ayub played against strong teams like West Indies, New Zealand and Pakistan. In his first series against the West Indies, he showed great potential. In the first test, he took 4 out of the 5 West Indies wickets in the second innings. It took a brilliant innings from the legendary Viv Richards to stop him. In the third test, batting at number 9, he also scored a solid 57 runs. In the next season, Arshad Ayub helped India win the series against New Zealand by taking 21 wickets in just 3 tests. A few months later, he proved that he could perform well outside India too. He took 14 wickets in a 4th test against the West Indies in the Caribbean, including 2 5-wicket hauls. But in the next series against Pakistan, he struggled badly. In 2 test matches, he did not take any wicket and gave away a lot of runs. After that, he was dropped from the team and did not play for India again. Arshad Ayub was also useful in one-day international. His most memorable moment came in the 1988 Asia Cup final in Dhaka. He took 5 wickets for just 21 runs, helping India beat Pakistan. At that time, it was the best bowling performance by an Indian in ODIs. Even though he was dropped from the national team too soon, he continued to play for Hyderabad and gave his best for many years. He was a smart captain and had a great domestic record, scoring 2,224 runs and taking 268 wickets. In the second innings of the test match, Arshad Ayub returned with a figure of none for 15-18 overs, while he could not add to his 5-wicket haul from the first innings. His discipline and control were still on display. The match was officiated by umpire Andrew Weeks and Clyde Cumberbatch. Arshad Ayub's performance in this test match reflected both efforts and endurance. Despite India going down by 217 runs to the dominant West Indian side, his fight with the ball, especially in the first innings, stood out. Now here's the question for all cricket fans. Do you think Arshad Ayub deserved more chances to represent India, or was he just an average bowler who was fortunate to play at the highest level? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear your take. Thanks for watching.